Okay, so you've been looking online at homes or condos, you're researching different areas, you have an idea of what you want to buy and the price point you're in. If needed, maybe you've talked to a lender, and now you're ready to go out and look. Hi, I'm Jill Thomas with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Florida Realty, and this is my assistant over here, Carly, who's sleeping behind me. And here I want to share with you today the Magnificent 7. Here are 7 areas or pieces of criteria that you really need to think about before you buy a home or condo in the Florida area. I want to give you the answers to the questions that you didn't even know you had. Now, whether you're up north wanting to buy something down here, or maybe you're already in the area and you're ready to look, these 7 areas are key to think through and then discuss with me as your realtor, because I'm here to help guide you and help you to determine what is the best fit for you. Some people will give me really definite ideas of what they want in a home, and others are a little fuzzy. And it isn't unusual that your criteria changes throughout the process, and that's okay. So here's what I found to be the Magnificent 7. Number 1 is use. Is it going to be your primary residence, a second home, an investment property, or is it going to be mixed use? And mixed use could be that you want to use it a little bit yourself and rent it out right now, or maybe you want to rent it out for the time being and then at a later date not rent it out at all, maybe after retirement or life just changes a bit for you. Number 2 is the type of property. Typically that's just a condo or a single family home. Now with condos, keep in mind that that doesn't limit it to just a high rise or a mid rise where it feels more like an apartment. In our area there are a lot of what we call an attached villa, which sort of feels like a duplex, but you only own the one side. And then we also have a few detached villas, which really feels like a single family home, but is treated like a condo. So you can have the best of both worlds. Number 3 is location. Do you want it near the beach, the golf course, in a gated community? And of course, sometimes the location could even be, I don't even know what state I want to live in. Maybe you want to buy in Arizona or Florida. And then once you narrow it down to Florida, you think, well, is it the Panhandle, East Coast, West Coast? There's so many options. And then of course, you know, if you decide in the Sarasota and Bradenton area, I'm your gal. Now, I've had a lot of people, even just recently, really change their mind on location. I've had 2 different couples. One wanted to start off on Longboat Key, and now they're looking in Lakewood Ranch. The other one was more Lakewood Ranch area, and now they're looking out on the Keys. And that's okay. Number 4 is the view. Do you want a water view, a preserved view, or maybe you're just looking for privacy? Of course, features are huge. The number of bedrooms, baths. Do you need a den? A swimming pool? Maybe it's the type of materials used. Maybe you're looking for a nice outdoor space. You need a fenced backyard. One thing would be a washer and dryer inside the unit if you're thinking about a condominium. It isn't unusual for some condominiums to not have that hookup inside the unit. Now, if you are serious about buying a condo, let me recommend that you watch my 5-part series on condominiums that I did earlier in the year. And they're actually just episodes 1 through 5. Now, number 6 is condition. Are you looking for new construction, something that's just nicely done, or maybe a fixer-upper? And if you are thinking about a fixer-upper, make sure that you define exactly what you mean by fixer-upper. Often buyers think that in their mind a fixer-upper is new paint, maybe some floor, new flooring, a little tweaking here and there. But often if a property is listed as a fixer-upper, it really needs fixing up. So make sure that you define what you mean by fixing up. And then number 7, maybe the most important but often overlooked, is restrictions. There are rental restrictions, pet restrictions, deed restrictions. Maybe you need a community that's not deed restricted if you have a work vehicle. And please know that between the rentals and the pets, that's just not limited to condominiums. Even in my neighborhood where I live, for years and years, it was annual rentals were allowed, no problem. Well, now they're still allowed, but there's a limit on how many homes in the community can be rented out. So you have to be mindful of that. And same thing with pets. Every condominium is going to have rental restrictions, But even in neighborhoods with single-family homes, there could be a limit on how many domesticated animals you can have. You might only be allowed to have 1 or 2. And again, if you're thinking of condominiums, please watch those 5 videos, because I have a specific video about pets and rentals in there. So now when you share with me what you're thinking about, I can better help match you to the right property. And even if your goals aren't clearly defined, I can help you make suggestions so you can work through the process. And like I said before, it's okay if you change your mind on what you're looking for. That's really quite common. And often people will apologize to me and say, okay, Jill, I'm sorry, I changed your mind. We want to switch gears. That's okay. You're spending a lot of money on a home. Now, if you've been thinking about Florida, but you're looking outside of my market, the Sarasota Bradenton area, reach out to me, because I'm still happy to answer some of your questions, and then I can connect you with an excellent agent in another area, whether it's in Florida or outside of Florida. I've got contacts all over the country. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and then the notification bell so you can see when my weekly videos come out. I hope this was a help to you. Thanks so much for watching.